Now, I did talk about this before, how Goldheart and Dr. Fart could be related, or could be twin brothers, or could be a gay ex-couple who aggravate each other. But one specific thing I usually don't talk about is that maybe, just maybe, the reason how they know each other, they're childhood friends. And that's sort of such a matter I will talk about this video, because I don't think a lot of people talk about that, because that sounds so simple. But understanding Alan and his team, how everybody that team loves anime, childhood friends, makes more sense than ever before. Especially, you actually kind of go back in time, really think about the things that happened in the franchise, and the little notes here and there that was a given to their relationship of Dr. Flood and Goldenheart. And the reason why I find that could be a very interesting theory, could be true or could be not true. I'm probably reaching, but once more, my conclusion still are they childhood friends, but they sort of broke up because of sort of situation. Yeah, we'll break that down later on. Now, this is the first time on my channel. My name is Rachel. I like to talk about animation, not just animation, do reviews, first impressions, cartoon theories, and sometimes, if I have some spare time, cartoon breaking news. Of course, you like how it's going, you like to help my channel, put like, comment, and subscribe. That's the only thing you need to do. If you don't, that's fine, but you do, thank you, because of you, I did pass my goal of 1,000 subscribers, and my new goal, yeah, I believe I can do it, it's 2,000 subscribers. I don't know when, but I will pass 2,000 thanks to you. Of course, let's talk the video of the childhood friends in the fall of Goldenheart and Dr. Flood. Now, I may sound familiar with the things I'm about to say because I am regurgitating some specific words, but I'm more talking about the event when it happened, or the conversation, how Dr. Flood and Goldenheart, sort of how they talk to each other, but they're not there. They keep saying through things sounds like old friends. For specifically how Dr. Flood reacted when you see Goldenheart sort of responding for a question to what happened to what was it, Sunblast, that Dr. Flood responded saying, yeah, like if you know anyone or anything like that. Basically, he has seen him BS a lot of things before. The only way you know that if you actually are really good friends or really close to that specific person. Vice versa, mid-season finale of Villainous, that Goldenheart reacted when what happened to Missy and Dr. Flood kiss, repeating, why you doing this, bro? Instead of a way, I just rephrasing it. But you get the idea that they know each other, they know their beats, they know Goldenheart, Dr. Flood would do something very similar. So he's knowing this before he did something stupid before. But once more, to me, I read it as sort of an old good friend. On top of all this, behind the last page of Dr. Flood login book and Dementia's diary, he did say he feels sort of kind of needed, like no one will trust him or get close to him. But at the same time, he feels how he reported on the final page of that book that the first time he feel was sort of needed. For example, he has a relationship with Miss Seat in that page I was talking about, but he almost said it as a way that he was being used before, or he never understood what friendship really is, because his relationship always been sort of kind of like backstabbing, and that sort of tips me off. The relationship of Goldenheart and Dr. Flood was friends, but something happened in between. I mean, I'm guessing, and this is what I'm guessing, they're childhood friends, the sort of anime trope that they, both of them, made a promise together to grow up becoming heroes. But the only problem is, one became successful, the other one didn't. But yet, it's just sort of interesting how he reacted or become jaded because he could not become the hero he actually wanted. But yet, I feel that's sort of interesting that Goldenheart may forgot about him or didn't care about him. And I found that sort of interesting because, let's face it, someone that popular does care about Dr. Flood. He still care about his best friend, or maybe Dr. Flood was sort of grew up sort of realizing being a hero just sort of a lies. He became sort of evil. Of course, the reason why I keep thinking of this is sort of how Alan and his team are just sort of anime fans, especially Mexico, are just obsessed with anime. Using that specific trope makes super sense. Especially, it's sort of cliche, but that simple cliche will actually work so well in this sort of setting because let's face it, they do have a limited episode, limited time to actually develop the world and everything on it. But using that simple trope works so well in between if they know how to really execute it. In fact, you could say that maybe Golden Heart using his best friend as sort of a push of his own career, uses his intelligence to make himself stand out more. That could be a very interesting way to pull it off because let's face it, Dr. Franz is intelligent, but he also maybe a little naive, especially he trusts Miss Seed. He got screwed over by her, and it seems to me how you read the page, the final page of the Dr. Franz login book, he was betrayed again by how he wrote it. He felt sort of never have a real friend before, and maybe Golden Heart was the real friend, but he never had a real friend because how he was using Dr. Flood to push his career, or at least push his abilities to the next level. Or I could be wrong. Maybe they're really not childhood friends. Maybe they are. But the possibilities is honestly really there if they know how to write it, or if they choose to write it. Because the next 5 episodes of season 1 is still locked up in the vault in Cartoon Network Latin America. We don't know when it's gonna drop. Those 5 episodes could rechange everything about the relationship of this sort of theory. Of course, also the books, whatever books come out, get more understanding because it's the same reason that that same book of the Diary of Dementia and Dr. Fuss login book, he always sort of have a status of each hero, or at least a small hand of heroes, but he sort of doesn't really talk about Golden Heart. Even he has his own little section that he just past glances. He just hit him so much. The sort of what part about who he is, true name, he just make a marking of him because of how much hatred he really has on him. And that just sounds a very bitter type of friend. It just sort of makes sense. Like little things here and there, every time the conversation of Golden Heart reappears, he almost sounds like a jaded friend. Like his failure is because of Golden Heart. Or maybe he's sort of angry because he doesn't see his point of view, how sort of wasted potential becoming a hero. It doesn't really make sense. Maybe he realized what he's doing is sort of pointless, or he believes peace is completely useless. But I doubt that one. But I don't know you. To me, it sort of makes sense. Also, it kind of makes sense how Golden Heart tried to convince everybody villainous is completely pointless. It's sort of a poison in the community that feels is more targeting to Dr. Flug than anything else, just because trying to establish his career, or at least rub something in front of Dr. Flood that he has one upper, he has a point. But once more, it feels like two friends arguing about who is the right path. And to me, that could be a great sort of metaphor of rivalry or friendship for apart, or are they just very good rivals or very toxic rivals if you want to go that way, because it seems more toxic than anything else. But it makes sense. It feels that could actually work some more. Of course, you could completely reject the idea. You prefer they to be brothers because it feels more personal if they are, or you prefer them to be friends slash rivals, have a falling out every time they conversation or meet with each other. The only thing they say is a punch to the face. That could be very interesting. Or they're gay, like 100% sure one of you watching this video preferred to be both of them ex-lovers because it's more romantic. But I don't know. I don't feel that's sort of cheap. Or, okay, I'll be honest, I prefer them to be twin brothers or family related. Childhood friends, I'm not in love with it, to be honest with you. But the potential is there, especially how the whole Alan team Joy's anime, it just sort of makes sense. This is the reason why I come up with this conclusion because it just seems right, at least to me. I'm not you. Which is your very kind of theory conclusion? You prefer them to be brothers, twins, ex-friends, childhood friends, I don't know what else I forgot, but the possibilities rearrange every single situation by both characters is there. Like everything is a possibility because we do not have enough information. But yet that could be a very interesting sort of take, in other words. I don't know you. How you felt about that? Because that's the only thing I can say for right now. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.